Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Replay Fever. Tonight we're going to be looking at Sven and some of the battles that he sent me. Plus I have a couple battles of my own that I would like to share. So here we have Sven in his IS tank, which is, of course, as you guys know, one of my favorite tanks. And he calls this one a heartbreaker, so let's see how heartbreaking it is, because sometimes you carry and the team just can't help itself but lose. In fact, there's a direct correlation here, and I was looking at my stats the other day, and I always check noob meter every time I play more than like 2 or 3 battles. I'll go to noob meter and see how I did for the day. And over the last week, I've had let's see, on average over the last 1,000 games, I've been playing at a 1300 level on WN8, 13 to 1400, which is not great. I mean, clan guys in good clans, they have to be like 1700 and higher. So I'm definitely not, super winner material here. But I've been playing, I used to play like at an 1100, so I'm doing better than I have been over the last 1,000 battles. Well, over the last week, I've been playing at like 17 or 1800, but my win rate's 40%. So it just goes to show you that just because you're playing well doesn't necessarily mean that your win rate's going to be better. Though, I think over time and over a large amount of battles, your win rate will go up. And of course, over the last 1,000 battles, my win rate has been about 52.5%. So it's not great, but it is where I'm at as a player. And I don't know that I'll ever get better. But, oh boy. So anyway, but I've been having fun. Definitely been focusing a little more on World of Tanks in my gameplay time, because I just need to play more and having fun with my clan. And I have another video coming out here, I'd say in the next day or two, with some stronghold battles I did with my clan. So, all right, so here's Sven. He went to the right place for heavies to go. And of course the other team, it looks like their whole team did too. That T-29 with that turret, man. He's bouncing everybody's shots. Nice backing maneuver. And they're just totally overcoming the hill here. That poor A-43 is getting shellacked. Yeah, there he goes. I found in my experience that's what happens to the A-43. Look at the angling here. Sven, this is a really nice job there, buddy. I always seem to get penetrated when I do that, but what is this T-29 doing? Did you realize that guy was there? The KV-3, where is he? Oh, wow, that was a nice shot. And Sven, wow, was he shooting HE? What's that, IS? Oh, no, the I. Wow, that was crazy. The IS didn't do any damage when he hit him. He must have shot HE at him. So now their heavies are pretty much beat down. Oh, Tiger! Out of nowhere. This is crazy. Nice absorb there. Just caught that Tiger on fire. Nice shot from the T-29. M6 is moving over the hill. We got artillery coming in. I mean, these guys are just... Yeah. So far, this game looks like it's going in the right direction, right? Sven has taken care of a vast majority of their heavy tanks along with this T-29. These guys have worked together and taken out 4 or 3 of the big heavies and one of the smaller ones, and this one's about to go too. Look at that Tiger. And they're flanked here by that IS, but the IS is about to buy it. And they just got the IS. So I think that's it for the team's heavies. For the opposing team's heavies. I mean, look at the score now. All we got left is artillery and a couple tank destroyers. This is over. We have won. E-25 gone. And these guys are just tearing it up. Yeah, the IS is a fairly mobile heavy tank. It does not follow the Soviets have obviously two different lines of tanks. One follows the very heavily armored discipline, and the other follows the light armor T-57. What? How did he get in here? And the other line, you know, follows the more mobile, more medium, kind of more of a brawler, a run and shoot type tank, and that is the IS series. And I really personally prefer the IS tanks over those slow-moving KVs, especially as the game has evolved. I feel like they just do a better job because you need mobility over. It seems like everybody uses gold. If you have good armor, people just load gold ammo, and I don't know. Boy, that aim time, though. But you can see, even compared to my 112 video that I did recently, how much faster this tank reloads. It's ready to fire. Nice blind shot. So we're still winning. Now, I believe that Sven plays on the... yeah, in fact, I'm positive he plays on the European server. So, looking at all the different languages going on here. SU-152. Nope. And he spots this. Oh! Another lucky hit, though, man. He's absorbed 2 major hits in his tracks. That could have been devastating. Oh! Wow. Look at that. Oh. How frustrating is that? So 1 hit from the was that? I think it was the SU-122-44 that got him, and that is just ridiculous. So now we're going to watch the rest of this match and just see what happens, because yeah, Sven is a good player, Seth. You're right. We got 2 Black Princes, which that's not good. And of course, this Tiger, like, he's running the stock turret, so that means he's got that crappy short barrel 88. Yes, Seth.
If you hear any pencil on paper, that's me doing my homework in the background, because I have to be in here because my dad says.
That's right. He has to do his homework today. Here's this SU-122. Yeah. No damage whatsoever. That's the same guy that got Sven, so now he's got 2 kills. I mean, it's just insane what's going on here. This Black Prince needs to get up there. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know why I can't switch tanks either. I'm having a hard time. There we go. This guy's history, man. Since the Black Prince can't penetrate a pillow, it's like... So the question is, how did we get here? And this is where, you know, I mean, people have been complaining about the teams. I still can't change tanks. I don't get that. For whatever reason, I can't. But it happens. I mean, you run into these bad teams, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. And you know, Sven, you did an outstanding job in this. And he said, "Why does this tank get ammo racked all the time?" That is one of the problems with these lighter tanks. You know, with the lighter heavies, you do get ammo racked, and that I don't know that mine does that much though. But wow, I mean, that was a bad ammo rack. So yes, the team actually went on to lose that battle. And that's because the Black Prince, I'm sorry for those of you that like it, but I've played it, I've had it, I've gotten halfway through it. I got the whole thing ground out, and I had a pretty decent crew, because they were my crew from Tier 4 or Tier 5 with the Churchill 1 all the way up to Tier 7. It's like the worst tank I've ever played. I'm sorry. It's a complete, and you saw that they were completely ineffectual against those tank destroyers. They're just junk. So, I'm sorry if you like it, but that tank for me, I've been there, and I feel your frustration. It's just not. It can be really good in like 1 or 2 perfect circumstances where you have, you know, maybe Himmelsdorf, where you have lots of buildings to hide with and do side scraping, but that's the only situation it's good in. And even there, it sucks because you still can't penetrate the tanks that you're facing off with. So it's just a horrible tank. I eventually probably I will buy it back and grind through it, but anyway. Sven, you did a great job on that battle. Look at this list of damage that he did. You know, I mean, just he obviously was going to be. Now, what's crazy is this. Look at the damage that this SU-122 did. He did 2,700 damage. Holy crap! Sven came in second with 2,500 or 2,059. Real close game. Real close game, but just not enough, man. $10,000 profit. That's not bad. non-premium. So, yeah, that was a heartbreaker for sure. And that happens. I can't believe they lost that, but then again, we've all had those games, haven't we? All right, so next up, we're going to take a look at 2 B1 games that Sven had. Battle in progress. We are joining Sven here. And the little... What we have here is a little B1 French tank. The Char... Actually, my son, we looked up this tank that we saw. I don't know how he saw it, where he saw it, but maybe somebody was requesting it in the World of Tanks forum saying we need to have this tank. It was actually larger than the TOG. It is the Char... I believe it's the B2 or possibly B3. But it actually was put into production. They did make like 1 or 2 of them. It never saw combat. But it is the largest tank ever made. It's actually larger and longer than the TOG. And it was a French tank. Looks very much like this, but giant. And it had this weird motor thing like in the middle, kind of the exposed motor. Great tiering for Sven here. This is top tiering. This is, if you had a PZB2, this is what you would see all the time. That's one of the cool things about the PZB2. One day I would love to get one. Just don't have the finances for it right now. And it seems like when I do have the finances, I have other things that I need to buy. So, and since this tank almost always costs like 40 or 50 bucks to get it, I probably will never own one. But I do, I don't know, someday, if it works out right, I will get one. But the gun is horrible. Everybody knows the gun on this tank is horrible. And as you can see here, Sven has been using gold to penetrate this Panzer III because even the Panzer III is too thick. But what's going on here? Did we freeze? Let me see. That was bizarre. It froze for a minute. I got it going again, though, but we missed a little bit. Oh, everybody said crash. That's funny. So really, the computer actually crashed. A lot of people were saying that it did. I've never seen that happen before. Hetzer's gone. That PZ3 is gone. I don't know why the Hetzer pushed out like that. That was an odd maneuver. Oh, Lorraine, or AMX.
Ready to fire. Armor is hit.
The Char B1,
Let's find another target.
kind of like the PZB2, gets preferential matchmaking. This is the only non-premium tank in the game to get preferential matchmaking. It sees only ever tiers 4 and tiers 5, and yet still, it's a horrible grind.
Target unlocked. Track hit.
Though I will say I did like this tank better than the BDR initially. Now, once the BDR gets ground out all the way, which is a long time, it seems like forever.
Permission to engage.
Nice.
Penetrate.
Look at all these shots he's bouncing.
Enemy armor is hit.
So Sven has taught me something today, just from watching his videos.
Critical hit.
He really knows how to side scrape and do it well.
Penetrate their armor.
I mean, he's been side scraping in both videos and really saved himself from a lot of damage doing the side scraping maneuver. I'm gonna have to practice that.
We've lost the track.
I'm impressed. T40 finally gets through, but now he misses again.
Let's go.
So Sven, I'm gonna have to try that more. It's cool to watch you do that because that's something that I have not been able to accomplish well yet.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Now I believe, sell my B1 finally. I don't think I kept it,
Penetration.
but I did get the BDR back because I wanted to see if I could make it work. So far, I have not. It's got a great gun, but I still don't do well with the tank. I'm not able to turn the tide of battle like I was hoping. You know, I spent a year or two away from that tank, so I was like, oh man, I could probably get in there and make a huge difference, but I have not been able to do that. So, oh. It's funny, the B1's actually a fairly mobile tank. This T40 keeps getting away.
Penetration. We didn't even
Goodbye, T40.
penetration.
He's trying desperately to get away. At least it has rate of fire. And as you can see here, Sven has fired. Sven has fired a ton of gold. I mean, I know for a fact he's gone through at least 10 rounds of gold. I think maybe more. And unfortunately, that's one of the things that you have to do with this tank. Now, On the opposite side of that, this tank actually does pretty well with its premium rounds as far as price. They're under 2,000 a round, so but it's a very costly battle to do it that way. So all we have left is the Matilda and the Hetzer. All we have left is the Matilda and the Hetzer. And both of those tanks are horrifyingly bad for this tank. But hopefully Sven will be able to get in there and do some help here, because it looks like his team is quickly disintegrating. He's asking the Matilda to stay alive, and we're going to pick up speed a little bit here. The Matilda's trying to stay alive. They're pecking each other to death, as the Matildas are wont to do. The Hetzer hasn't moved in, so that's trying to... or that's kind of surprising. So Sven is moving into position. And there's the Hetzer.
We didn't even scratch them.
Yeah, and that's even with gold.
We didn't even scratch them.
That Matilda's going to be a real nightmare. The Hetzer with gold, though, he might have a better chance there.
We didn't penetrate their armor. We didn't even scratch them. We didn't penetrate their armor.
Nice job, Matilda. And hence, there's the frustration with this tank. It's just...
We didn't even scratch
the
them.
Matilda just owns it.
We didn't penetrate their armor. That one didn't go through.
So all he can really do is distract and get close and hope and pray that he'll be able to...
Fired. Target release.
Yeah, now he's out of premium ammo.
We didn't penetrate
And
their armor.
so the chore becomes even harder. Why aren't they... Are they... They are both out of ammo, aren't they? I think these Matildas are both out of ammo.
Didn't go through. Enemy armor is damaged.
He can't do anything.
We didn't even
Yep,
scratch
they're
them.
both out of ammo, Seth.
We didn't penetrate their armor. That one didn't go through. Penetrate.
Yeah, he is doing a good job, and Seth.
And if you use the name,
He's-
it really is Sven.
Penetrate their armor. Enemy armor is destroyed.
I don't think I've ever seen two tanks run out of ammo on the same same battle. Great job, Sven. Let's take a look at the second battle, but first we'll look at the stats. All right, great battle. He got his M badge for that one. Got a 7,000 rating on the Unimeter. That's a really, really good game. I don't think I've ever scored that high on a game.
Wait, hey Sven, I think you did a good job.
Seth
too.
says you did a good job, Sven, if you didn't hear that. Okay, so we have... Now, he only did get, was it 3 kills? Yeah, but still, I mean, that was, against some hard tanks. That ending just cracked me up. That was very funny, Sven. That was a good pick. Got a steel wall, cool-headed. Yeah, second top scorer. Because the Matilda did a little more damage. Well, the Matilda did less damage, but got a little more experience, maybe spotting or whatever. Definitely a loss. But actually, though, considering all the gold that he fired... That was not, a 2,000 loss or 3,000 loss. That's not bad, actually. So let's go ahead and watch the next battle. All right, so joining a second Sven battle, or third Sven battle in progress. And don't worry, there's more coming. We have some other 9.6 replays to go through today, along with some of my own wonderful replays. Tonight, this very night. So... I've sped it up 2x right now because the battle's still forming here. But this is kind of nightmare tiering for the B1. Tier 5 is going to be the hardest tier that you're going to be on. The tank can't even pen the T-34. I mean, it can in spots.
Ready to fire.
He's already loaded gold, 15 rounds. There you
Enemy
go.
hit.
A whopping 55 damage a hit.
That
But the
one
rate of
didn't go
fire,
through.
that's pretty good.
Let's find another target. Enemy armor is hit.
Interestingly, I'm not sure why that T-34 isn't moving. But... Alright. Somebody said, Idiota. Idiota T1 heavy. And then somebody said something bad in some other language. Oh, I see why. They're mad that the T1 Heavy went on the wrong side. And really, it kind of should have been on the other side. But you know what? The way these battles go, Tier 4 and 5, it's not... The heavies don't really have that much armor anyway, so it's not like they're making a huge difference in... Uh-oh, Churchill won. A medium can do just as well as a heavy. He sees that Chinook peeking up. A nice bounce.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
And he's using normal ammo because the Chinook has absolutely no armor. That's the perfect target for this tank. The Churchill has just rolled into their base. Look at that. That guy just rolled right in. Sorry about the hiccup there. Had to pause it for a minute. Having issues with one of my kids. A hiccup? Because it's like... Churchill's still over there. He's managed to kill 2 of those Matildas.
Target acquired.
Sven has locked targets on the Stug. Oh.
Target unlocked.
So far, this is not looking so good, actually. It's not horribly bad, but
We're immobilized.
their base has definitely been completely infiltrated. The B1 does not have grand gun depression. It's not horribly bad, but it's not good either. Oh, and that Stug is looking right at him. But because the B1's fairly spry, he was able to
Permission to engage. Enemy armor
get
is
out of the way.
damaged.
And now he's using the gun depression. There you go.
Enemy is hit. Where'd they go? Critical hit.
And we're out of gold. The Churchill's still in the base. That armor, I'll tell you. And the Churchill has made it to the flag. Amazing. It was just amazing for him to go right down the middle like that and be able to get in the flag. Took out most of their medium tanks. Craziness. The Matilda's fighting back. The KV-1 is trying to get back. And the artillery just took out the Churchill. The only one who could do it so quickly.
Enemy armor is hit.
PZ-3, pretty light tank. Oops, D2, but the D2 will not be able to penetrate this tank. I think it's... Talk about a tank with a crappier gun than this one. If it's possible, it has one. The predecessor to the B1 is
Enemy armor is damaged.
pretty frustrating tank.
We didn't even scratch.
Yeah, the French tanks, like I told you before, that was the first line I went down. I have vague bad memories of the D2, and right now I'm playing the AMX 38 because I want to get the ELC and eventually go down the French scout line, just because I haven't done it. So Sven just took out their last tank, and now he's going to go after the artillery. He'll pick up the pace a little bit until he spots them. But yeah, I went down the French line first, unfortunately, and the AMX 38 is so bad. I don't know if there's... The gun is bad. Everything is bad. It's just boom. It's just slow and irritating, and I can't wait to be through it. I'm sure I'll be through it pretty quickly, but the AMX 40 doesn't look like it's much better. So really the ELC is going to be the first. Oh! Oh! Ha! Oh! And the armor saves the day. Good job, Sven. Good job. Now, interestingly, Sven had said that this was also an ace tanker battle, but I don't see an ace tanker here. I don't know if they just didn't... I'm sure he got awards because, look. I mean, look at all the damage and spotting he did. He probably got a scout award. Anyway, got another Super Unicum rating with that. Not as good as the last one, but still great. And did a lot of damage. So, the B1, yeah, it's not a love relationship for me. But I do like it. I have fun with mine. I believe I still have mine in garage. I'll have to look. I don't remember if I kept it or not. It's not a great tank by any means, but it's got some armor to it, so you can have fun with it. There, he's the top scorer on the team. And it was less than a $2,000 loss, actually closer to $1,000 with all that gold, because you have to fling the gold. Unfortunately, to get this thing to work right, you got to fling gold. So let's move on to the next replay. Try that again. Joining a pathole in progress. This is Bruzile. Bruzile. He is running the VK 3002, a tank that and look, he's got the old gun and turret, or the first gun and turret, and that might be the way to run this tank. I don't know. I'm still debating that, because if you use gold, the second turret and gun are definitely optimum. But you have to use gold. It costs a lot of money to do it. Anyway, this is a great game. I just want to say, too, guys, as you're watching these, please make sure that you submit only 9.6 at this point. I am upgraded to 9.6. I no longer have the 9.5 client, so I am not able to watch 9.5 replays. So just be sure, because I got a couple today and over the last couple days that were 9.5 replays, and I cannot play those. So it ends up freezing. Nice shooting. Now, that's one of the nice things about the smaller gun on the VK, is that it does do a lot of fast fire damage. It's not a high rate of fire, but it's got a decent amount of pen. Still low for tier 7, but it's livable compared to the 132 of the bigger gun. And it's got a great rate of fire. One of the things I like, seeing about these replays is the way different people play different tanks. So, like, I would have never... To me, the VK is a big tank, but he's playing it like a light, and that works. It's working. So, anyway, I wanted to show the other replay he sent me. I wasn't able to watch the replay, but he actually had a replay in the T-34 where he got 10 awards. That is more than I've ever got. I think 7 or 8 was the most I've ever gotten. 10 awards in one game. It's just incredible.
Ready to fire. Target lost.
AT-8 may not be worth firing on from this distance, but that's all he's got right now.
We didn't penetrate their armor.
Yeah, and that's what I was afraid would happen.
Critical hit.
Yeah, you got a crit. Tracked him.
Critical hit.
There we go. That's the target you want.
Penetration.
T-25 AT is not only deadly, but it's also soft. AT-8 was okay.
Enemy armor.
The AT-7, that's going to be a priority target. The AT-7 is a vicious tank. You got to do something about it pretty quickly or you lose. And they've got an overrun down here. He needs to put a bullet in Black Prince if he can. Oh yeah, there's not a lot of place to get down here.
Enemy is hit. Penetration.
I don't think the ARL has the elevation to get to him. Nice.
Got him.
Oh, wow, that was a close miss. And both teams are kind of at the same point right now. Ugh. A44 definitely doesn't have the gun elevation to hit him up here, but the artillery does, and they are aware he's up here now, so he's going to have to be kind of careful. Nice shot. That was a nice shot. Well, if there's noise in the background, I apologize. All of my children that are little are in here with me. There's A44. He's going to be looking on this side to see if he can help with these guys. A44 is going to have a hard time hitting him up here because that gun. The artillery's still going after him, though, for sure. He's been pretty lucky so far. And it's looking really bad for his team. This is not looking good. They've only got one heavy left. Of course, they only started with one heavy, but...
Enemy armor is hit. One of our tracks is damaged.
And now the artillery finally gets a hit. It's the one situation where the Black Prince's gun actually works. When he can shoot somebody in the back. But he doesn't have long to live. Nice.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Yep. So he stopped him from killing RIS. And the artillery's still after him.
We didn't even scratch them.
Yeah, and there's the downside with that gun. And it's downside with the big gun, too. Both of them have the same problem. You're not going to penetrate the front of a lot of tanks. Thankfully, this tank, unlike the Black Prince, has the mobility to get around to the back. And that's where you need to be. AT-15A, that's something to be afraid of. T-25 is still out there. Seems like these guys probably pressed down the middle. If the T-25 is still at base, you know, it's kind of useless. Oh, there he is. Look at this.
Enemy is hit.
Guy's got tunnel vision. He's not turning and not responding.
Target acquired.
It's too late now.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
T-20, or oh, I'm sorry, that's the AT-15A. I was calling the wrong tank. We still don't know where the T-25 AT is.
Didn't even scratch them.
This guy's history, though.
Enemy armor is damaged. Enemy armor is
It's going to take a long time. The E-25 is a kind of a dork for trying to sit there and try to take him from the front because you just
penetration.
go hide and find a different position.
Enemy armor is damaged.
Nice.
Vehicle destroyed.
Yep. That's the only way you can kill those things is to get behind them. So now all we have left is an artillery. The same guy that's been shooting at Brazili the whole battle, which has got to be... Hopefully he'll get to repay that stupid artillery in like kind. Make it a Top Gun and make it on the artillery. There's nothing that's more satisfying than getting the artillery that's been shooting you the whole match. Because at last you come face to face and half the time they blast you, but half the time you get to kill them. And it's a nice feeling. Forget the T-25 AT.
Mission to engage.
Just get the M44.
Enemy armor is hit. Let's find another target. Penetration.
What? Nice shot, Jag Panther. Idiot.
Enemy armor is destroyed.
And he gets to cover just in time. And he has time to fire. And there we go. E-25 gets him, but still, nice game. Good job. And so we take a look at the score from that. Nice game. We got a Mastery Badge, Fire for Effect, Bruiser, High Caliber, and of course a Top Gun. Nice work. That was a very nice game. And we have also, I don't know why these never order by score, but obviously he was the top scorer on the team. And just 2,700 damage. That's quite a lot of damage for this tank. So maybe that's the way this thing should be played. However, he was top tier, so that does make a difference. That gun is much less useful when you're on tier 8, tier 9. So, but this was a tier 7 battle, so that worked out really well. And then last but not least, here's the detailed report. With premium, you made 38,000. Without premium, you would have made 22. Great game. Very nice game. Now, this is a tank that I will probably never own. I just can't get down that heavy line. And I've heard terrible things about the IS-4, but I think we're about to see that maybe change a little bit. This is Mitsu Taiyu, and he is, or Tayao. He's driving the IS-4. I don't have tier 10, so nice shot. I don't know what it's like to play tier 10 yet. I know what it's like to be on tier 9 and feel somewhat incompetent. Like in the M103, when you're on a mostly tier 10 game, it's a little frightening. But now that I have the big gun on the M103, I'm pretty happy with it. And it does pretty well even on tier 10, so what a cool looking tank. This thing is just a beast. And it's actually, it seems like it's fairly mobile. I'm not seeing him like struggling with speed here. He's actually out ahead of a lot of his friends. He's definitely out in the head of the
Target acquired.
IS-3's probably not going to be able to penetrate his tank. Definitely tracked him, though. It's kind of a long reload.
Penetration.
The only thing I see that's frustrating about the Russian line of tanks is that they all have that BL-9 or BL-10 gun, which does 400 damage only ever. Then again, the American tanks do too, but it seems like the American tanks load a lot faster than the Russian tanks do. So, I don't know. It's a little frustrating. But then again, these tanks have more armor. Definitely the IS-4 has more armor. Nice try. Anyway, I'm looking forward to getting my first tier 10s. I'm hoping definitely going to be the T110E5 will probably be the first one that I get to. The second one that mouse is, or the E100 is going to be dead very quickly. Oh! The 62A is the other one that I want, though. Man, that sucks. Watching that 62A get blasted. Good shot. Got the commander's hatch. It's not an easy shot to get. Oh, here comes the artillery. If he can clear these guys out. Nice. So now he can get up there and he's pretty much in a flanked position for the mouse. A little scary pulling out there because there's definitely like the tortoise and that mouse. Oh, it's got pretty good armor, you know. It's so ugly. But all that ugliness seems to equate to good armor. Come on, you can get him. Come on. There you go. Oh! Oh! Out of nowhere. Jag Panther 2 is going to be history. Yeah, goodbye. And the mouse is gone. Goodbye.
Let's go.
Somebody else did that one, though.
Ready to fire.
And now we have the T-62A. Goodbye.
Penetration.
Nice shot.
Let's find another target.
These guys are arguing the whole time. This is one of the reasons why I hate higher tier games. Honestly, guys. The hate and the anger, it's just ridiculous. The people are all jerks. When you get in the lower levels, people are at least usually kind to each other for the most part. I mean, there's still jerks down there too, but tier 5 matches, you don't run into this. It's like tier 10 matches, all people do is sit there and insult each other. And, hey, report him, report him. I mean, that's all they do is whine the whole game. It's like they're not having fun anymore. That's one of the things I don't look forward to on tier 10 because it just seems like people are just angry and bitter. Their team looks like they got a, what do you call that, where you get 2 kills each. I forget what award you get for that, but we'll see it. We should see at the end of the battle. The tortoise, he is not aware of the tortoise behind him aiming right at him. And it doesn't look like the tortoise is actually aiming right at him. Oh! He doesn't have the elevation to get him. He's going to try to change his position here. And nice kill. Nice kill. Talk about accuracy on that gun. Man, he's really tearing it up. These guys are still arguing. Good grief. Nice. And he used a heat. Oh, he's out of regular ammo now. All he's got left is the heat rounds. And he's up to 4 kills now. His teammate got put. And there's a T-62A in the base. I'm curious. T-34 still hasn't moved. And they just killed the artillery. Oh, the people. Unbelievable. Yeah, see, the guys are just arguing, and the whole time he's like, meanwhile the base is getting overrun and they're too busy arguing with each other. Interested to look up that guy's stats. Oh! And so he's traveled a pretty good distance in this supposedly slow tank. He's gone almost the whole way around the map. He's got 5 kills. Well, maybe he'll make it 6. Seems like the other 2 guys at the base aren't doing much of anything, so... Where is that T-62A?
Track hit.
Oh, boy. There he is. He's got an opportunity. Oh. 62A dealing some damage back. There's a
Target unlocked.
leftover turret. These guys are still arguing. Oh, it's a flame war. Oh, they're arguing. Oh my gosh, it's so bad. I hate battles like that. Oh. Now, admittedly, I've gotten into them myself here and there, but how much you want to bet the T-34 takes the top gun? I know. This guy, E75, finally the voice of reason. He says, "Peace, guys. We are on the same team." Yeah. The T-34 got killed by the T-62A. Nice. Oh, he got us. There you go. Top gun. Way to go. Mitsu. Okay, so looking at the results of this battle, we have a nice rundown here. Obviously, Top Gun, High Caliber, Bruiser, Hand of God, Duelist, Fire for Effect, and the Mastery Badge, Ace Tanker. Way to go. Now, he's got a premium account, so he made $88,000. Not bad. If you look at the team score, we're going to look at it by experience. The IS-4 comes in on the top. He should be because he was top tier, but still, nice job. Last but not least, look at the damage dealt. 5,787. Incredible battle. Very nice. With a $30,000 profit, he only made $795 non-premium. That is typical of Tier 10. But great game. Really good game there, guy. Now we're joining a battle in progress. This is far from one of my best games ever. Yeah, he did go, whoosh, Mater's talking to me. But you know what? There was a pro on the other team there, so you can see the pro. And I'm thinking, you know, my chances of getting that guy in this lower tier tank destroyer, they're pretty much non-existent. You know, we all want to get the 250 gold for killing the guy, but, you know, it's just not going to happen. So I just play it normal. I don't go after him. I don't decide, like, hey, I'm going to rush in there and try to kill the dude. Not yet, anyway. Everyone's saying focus fire on Zoid. Poor guy. That's the only downside with being the sheriff. You almost can't play because everybody's going to be gunning for you. It makes it really difficult. So I'm going to speed things up a little bit. I'm thinking, well, maybe I can get a hit on him. So, obviously, no targets are presenting themselves, so I decided to move up and get a better position. You know, since they nerfed the tank destroyers and changed the... what's the word I'm looking for? The accuracy. It's a little harder to hit things on the move, and it's hard to, even if you don't aim all the way, to hit things. You really are going to have to wait till you aim all the way. And that kind of sucks because these tank destroyers take a long time to aim, so they nerfed them pretty good. But it's still a good tank. I'm getting that thing out of the way at the cost of $1,000. But I'm going to start pegging that IS-6. And I'm still thinking there's no way that I'll even get close to the sheriff, or whatever you call him, the pro. I liked it better when they called them sheriffs, but they probably had some...
We didn't even scratch them.
what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe controversy because of, you know, obviously not wanting to shoot policemen. So I'm going to roll up. And I know I'm putting myself in danger here, but what are you going to do? Oh, Panzer 88.
Enemy armor is hit.
There's a nice soft target for you. And I love the Panther 88, but I also know where to shoot him. And for whatever reason, he's having a hard time hitting me. He missed me twice. Right over my head twice. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to have to let that dude get away. And the IS-6 got away, so we still haven't killed that many people. It's a pretty even match right now, but... Oh, dang. Oh, and he didn't zoom out. I was hoping he'd pop out and I'd get a chance to shoot him. Ouch. Who just shot me? I don't think I ever figured out who shot me. Maybe Super Pershing, maybe? But the EZ-2 is the only one that's over there. And he's probably busy. And once again, the IS-6, with its mythical armor, bounces my shot. And I'm thinking, hey, maybe here's my opportunity to hit that dude, but nah. I'm just going to play it safe. And crawl over here. Can I get him? Nope, hit the building. And he gets me back. That's the downside about not... and this other IS-3 just gives it to me hard. I'm thinking, man, I'm not going to survive long enough to get that guy. But I'm getting in a good position here. So long, sucker. Now, the world is wide open. Everybody's gunning for this dude. He's got more than one shot's worth of health, but now he just went down to where I might be able to kill him. Oh, it's happening so fast. Winged it. Almost hit our T-44, but the T-44 says, 1 second too late. Let's watch that again in slow-mo. Here I am moving in. He moves up to the plate. Everything's going to slow down. Full bloom. And I pull the trigger because I see this happening, and I'm like, don't have time. Aw, yeah. Anyway, that's it for this battle. We went on to win, obviously. Interestingly, the replay does not show the gold that I won, but I did get 250 gold. Strange. Team score, I did pretty good. I came in third, considering where I was on the list to start with. Not bad. And, yeah, just a great game for me. I did survive it, and didn't get anything else, though. The other guys got killed before I could get to them. So this tank destroyer is still useful. Like I said, you got to really aim all the way, though. So it's definitely, gotten a little bit of a nerf since patch 9.6. But I'm still loving the SU-152, and hopefully the ISU-152 will still be better. Still can't wait to see Lurt. Lurt has that that gift tank that he got. He got the ISU-130, which, how did he get that? World Tanks gave it to him. There's 12 of them on the European server. It's craziness. Lurt, congratulations. All right, who's up next? All right, joining a battle in progress. This is the last battle of the night. Don't forget to send your replays to me. Go to gameworld.artkatpc.com. So gamerworld@artkatpc.com. Cat with a K. So artkatpc.com. gamerworld.artkatpc.com. Go to the contact page, and I'll put a link in here. Go to the contact page and be sure that you put in your replay there. Just put a link to the replay under the contacts. Put your name, your email address, and then the address of your replay. If you want to tell me what it's about, that's fine. I prefer that, actually. So here we're joining a battle in progress with the KV-3. Oh, yeah, and make sure that your replays are 9.6. Because I can't do anything with 9.5 or earlier, so make sure you got 9.6 replays. And when the server gets updated and we're late, just remember that transition time's a little harder for me. I can't make it perfect, so. And I miss. This tank, the T-44, and you can see here, my IS-6 got way overextended. He drove right out into the middle of all these tanks, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And so now I got to go rescue his butt because he's going to get himself killed. Thankfully, you work on the weakest tank first, and I'm looking over my shoulder and seeing this KV-85 appearing, and I'm like, great, this is not going to go well. So I'm going to push my armor towards him, and LTTB just showed up, and he damaged me. Thankfully, he jumped and broke his tracks, and man, I'm getting swarmed. But I'm putting my front to these guys, and I kept my focus on the KV-3, which I ended up, you know, doing some damage to. And once again, I'm trying to keep this KV-85 between me and the LTTB. I know for a fact that KV-5 or KV-85 was going to have a difficult time penetrating me, so I used him as bait to keep that LTTP off me. Not bait, but as a shield, a meat shield. And that's what I love about this tank. Because of its mobility, you are able to just move into positions very quickly that will change the situation for you. So if you're in trouble, you can almost always put yourself into a situation where you're no longer in trouble. So now we got free reign of this side. The IS-6, I would have said originally, made a mistake there pushing out like that, but it actually forced all of us to push ahead, and because we responded... Oh boy, keep moving. Keep moving. Oh man. I seem to always get hit by these guys, even when I run transversely to them. Look, if I do this, I still get blasted. And of course, I keep hitting this stupid mound between us. I'm trying to get a lock on him, but I can't. And I hit the mound again. 3 times I hit that mound. This guy's looking right at me, and I'm like, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Oh, and he missed. They both missed. So now I know I got a little time with this guy, because he just fired. I'm like, okay, I got time now. Your history, buddy. Do you guys see why I love this tank? This tank is just such a monster. So quickly it turns the tide of battle. And there's guys out there. I know I had some guy swearing at me the other day. He's like, the T-44 is blah blah blah. It's the word, you know, it's such a cheater tank. Well, I guess maybe it is, especially now that they buff the gun. You know. Oh, I love this tank. What a great little tank, though. I mean, and here, you know, even here, like, I'm not using gold ammo. In fact, I don't even have any gold ammo. But because the KV-4's got his back to me, yeah, it's just a field day now. I can go right through him, no problems. Oh, I'll just each up. Look how fast this gun reloads. I love the T-44. I cannot wait to get the T-54 and then the Type 62A. And maybe even the Object 140. Yeah, there we go. Goodbye. I'll probably end up getting both. No gold. Look at that. So for the last game of the night, I'm going to bring home a pretty nice score there. I did score, oh, look at that, 7,600. That probably was one of my higher scores ever. Hi, Mater. He watched a guy jumping into water, and he thought it was pretty funny. It was like he jumped off a waterfall. As you could hear, he's all lit up about it. All right, so team score. Of course, I was the top scorer in that match. A lot of spotting, a lot of damage. What a quick game that was. We had a really good team. But look at that. Did almost 3,000 damage, 4 kills, $25,000 profit on a Tier 8 tank. That's pretty dang good. Love this tank. I'll tell you what, guys. The T-44 is... I'm going to have to play it more and more because it really is. I just do so well every time I play this tank. I love it. I love this tank to death. So anyway, have a great night, guys. Be sure to subscribe also. Once again, go to my website. That's gameworld.artcatpc.com. And be sure to send your replays in, and I'll try to get them up there for you. Have a great night. See you guys. Be sure to subscribe.